You welcomed his election in '08, and that was significant because you used to teach Barack Obama at Harvard Law School. You have since written very powerful condemnations of Barack Obama, describing him as a disaster for the Democratic Party and for progressives. Why disaster?
Because the Democratic Party, under his leadership, has failed to come up with a sequel to Roosevelt's New Deal. There is no project in the United States responsive to the needs and aspirations of the broad working class majority of the country. Obama and his collaborators have mistaken conformism for realism. They think they've grown up. In fact, they've fallen down.
Isn't this the difference between you as a political theorist and philosopher and Barack Obama, who lives in the real world of Washington politics? He has done what he can to drive a quote-unquote liberal agenda. He passed, through the investment of massive political capital, his Affordable Health Care Act. He put a huge amount of stimulus into the economy, Keynesianism, to keep America working.
Vulgar Keynesianism,
and
yes.
He bailed out the auto industry to maintain American jobs. Those are all things that he did because of his vision of what government can do to help ordinary people. That's progressive politics, isn't it?
Very limited. No challenge to the dominant economic structure of the country. No attempt to reorganize the relations.
America doesn't want America is not a revolutionary country. It's a country with small c conservatism writ large in its DNA.
It's an experimentalist country. It's a country, the central creed of which is faith in the constructive genius of ordinary men and women. This faith has lived under the burden of an institutional idolatry. The sin of the public culture of the United States is the tendency to believe that the country discovered at the time of its foundation the definitive formula of a free society, and that the rest of humanity must either subscribe to this formula or continue to languish in poverty and despotism. Now the United States needs institutional innovation to give opportunity and equipment to the ordinary man and woman.
But the point for you is whether what you are saying is realistic in the context of today's America, with today's Congress, the balance of powers as it exists in America.
Every
today.
transformation we're thinking about, defined as a direction for the long term, can be translated into steps right now.
You talked to Obama, I mean, I know you communicated with him by email long after he left Harvard Law. You've stayed broadly in touch with him. Why do you believe he has failed to fulfill your hopes for him? I mean, is it because he's not prepared to show leadership? He's not prepared to go up against the forces that you say are working against the sorts of change you want? What is it?
The most important attributes of a statesman are tenacity, courage, hope, and vision. He and his collaborators have demonstrated only the first of the four and proved deficient in the other three, while being prodigal in words that exalt the virtues in which they are lacking.